Be back at it after the scrimmage. I thought we had really good energy today. A lot of players working hard to get better here the last week. Questions?
Kyle, it's the first time you've had on either side of the ball a coordinator back for a second year. What kind of difference has that made with Joe Rossi in your defense?
I think it makes a difference. I think it helps. But certainly the familiarity with the personnel, which he had coming into last year, was a positive. I think now it allows us to hopefully pick up where we left off during the season, and at the end of the year, evaluate what we're doing, tweak where we want to tweak, see if we want to try some new things. So I think it allows you to get to that process a lot quicker than having somebody come in from the outside and having the process of getting to know everybody.
How smooth was the offensive install with Ben?
Good, yeah, that was very smooth. We've installed just about everything that we wanted to beforehand. We got one more thing I think we're going to put in on Wednesday, just so we can touch on it this spring. But again, the continuity of having somebody on the staff, that definitely helps.
After watching the film of the scrimmage, anything else that you might not notice that you might not have seen on the field?
Yeah, I don't know that I mean, I saw John make some good catches. I didn't realize that he had 7 on the day. I think he and Carlton both had 7. That was as much as anybody. So that was something that I didn't notice. I thought John made some of the more spectacular catches during the scrimmage when you watch him on film. He did a really nice job, really productive day for him. That's probably what jumped out the most.
Punting competition, what do you see out of those two guys?
An opportunity to use both of them. You know, whether or not we will use both of them, I don't know that. We'll decide that in the fall. But I do think we got 2 guys that can go in and do a good job for us.
Could it be like last year where one guy was
could be.
Inside
Yeah, it could. It could be.
Well, Jim Delaney brought up the freshman ineligibility issue again, and I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on that?
My initial response, or not a response really, my initial thought on it is it would be hard with 85. I think that'd be tough. I know I'm not sure exactly how far you got to go back to when teams had more than 85 scholarships, but I think if you took the freshman class out and you looked around the league, it'd be interesting to see how many of those guys were major contributors. For us, we had 2 true freshmen that helped us rush for over 300 yards in the bowl game. If we didn't have those guys, by the end of the game, we would have only had 1 running back left. So I think with 85 scholarships, it would be tough for us.
How do you decide whether or not to play a freshman besides talent-wise on the field, like whether or not they're, I guess, emotionally ready to play?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Whether or not they're emotionally ready to play certainly plays into it, and that determines really some of the success they have in practice, which spurs you on to ultimately put them in the game. Some of it's depth chart related. Different years, different positions warrant a younger guy playing more than others. That's for sure. To go back to Dan's question, do I think their academic experience would be better if they knew they were coming in and they weren't going to be relied on to play? Yeah, I think there's a chance that would be the case. I think that could be a major positive for them. I just think it'd be hard. I know my first year in 2012, we only played 3: Darius, Leonte, and Kyle Federico. That was probably the lowest number we've had in a long time.
Kyle, Isaiah Johnson, for being a guy that just got here a couple months ago, how's he doing? Being a starter right away?
I think Isaiah's doing a good job. Again, I don't know if he's a starter. I know he's playing with the first team right now.
Right, with Brandon being hurt, getting all those reps.
He's getting a lot of reps with the first team, and that helps because the first team always operates a little more smoothly than maybe the second team and third team do. So if they're operating around you more smoothly, the communication's better. I think that helps him come along, and I think he's done a good job. The best thing about Isaiah, what he's done this spring, is he's learned how we play. He's learned how we run to the football, and I think he fits in very well with the rest of the players.
Final question. How about Federico's spring altogether?
I think overall he's had a good spring. I didn't think he finished great on Saturday, but it was good to see him come back today and hit a game-winning kick at the end of practice. But that's what we count on him to do that, and I know he expects to get it done for us. Thank you.